that your town has seen, by golly, is coming. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the loser leave town match between Jerry the King Lawler and Bill Superstar Dundee. Bill, we've had this song before. You and Jerry have had the situations where you've had a loser leave town. You won one of them. Jerry the King Lawler wins one. And boy, I'm telling you what, nothing can be bigger.
That's why we're having the second one, my friend, because I'm still hot, and they're going to take it, and they've flung it out of court every time they went there. So there's no sense paying lawyers hundreds of thousands of dollars, because Lawler's going to go broke, I'm going to go broke, and the whole jet of promotion's going to go broke just paying lawyers to prove something that I know is right. So the only other way to do it is to start all over again from scratch one, and that's exactly what we're doing. You read this little piece of paper here, Lance Russell. It says Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, right? The fine print was wrote by one of them expensive Lawlers, Daddy. That means you don't come back.
Come back.
Nothing. You can't. The promotion can't bring you back. You
Not
can't,
under a man.
Not under nothing, brother. Now that's the last time I'm paying a lawyer to fight my battle. Now everybody says, "Oh yeah, Bill Dundee, you beat Jerry Lawler, and he did leave." It's the way you beat him. Well, I never started. And I'm Cuban. I'm just like you rednecks out there. Sometimes I can't sleep at night, and it bothered me every morning. I wake up and I say, "I knew I beat that Lawler." And some punk kid would come up to me 3 or 4 days later and say, "You never beat Jerry Lawler. You had some help from your friends." That's a lie. I don't need no help from my friends to beat you, Lawler. And Russell, you know it. Pound for pound, I'm the baddest dude around. You've said it 1,000 times.
That's right.
Well, I'm just going to prove to you, Jerry Lawler, but mainly it's to me, because it's me it has to wake up every morning. It's me it's got to look in that mirror and shave, Daddy. And I don't like you, Lawler, and I don't like what they did to me when they brought you back. So I'm going to sign. Well, I've done sign my name, and so have you, Daddy. So it's just up to you, Jerry, and it is up to me. And I'm going to take my hat off to you, and I've said it 1,000,000 times. You're one of the best, Daddy. You're one of the best. And at one time you was the king of the hill around here, but it's time for a new king, and that's me. Well, like I said, you don't get to the top of the heap by beating nobody. He's beat a lot of top contenders. I beat a lot of top contenders, and I've been beat on a few occasions, and so has Jerry Lawler. But this thing goes a way back, Lance, and I'm not going to scream and holler about it. It's just burdened me up, Daddy, the way they brought you back, Lawler. I beat up some punk kid, some one-eyed man, and they got hot, so they said, bring the king back. He'll get rid of Dundee. No, sir, you ain't going to get rid of Dundee, Jack. I'm getting rid of you, Lawler, because like I keep trying to say over and over again, I'm the better man. I'm the better athlete. But it always seems to come at the cards never always fall my way, Lance. They always fall for you, Lawler. They always fall for you. Well, I'm not going to fall this time, Daddy, because let's do this, Jerry. Let's not have no wrestlers sitting ringside. Let's add that stipulation, because that's what they said caused it the last time. Remember, all the wrestlers sat out and watched it, and they said somebody handed me something. Well, I'm game, Jack. I'm game to do it just me, just one-on-one, and the best man can walk out of that ring and say he's the king of the hill.
That's really kind of what you want to bring it down to, isn't it? You want to be able to say the guy that walks out of there is the best man after all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do, Lance, and that's what I tried to prove the first time. And I just, okay, I'm not taking nothing off it all, like I keep saying. Talking ain't going to get it done. Talking ain't going to solve nothing. We talked, we went to the lawyer's office, they came to my house, I went back and back, and it didn't solve nothing. It just drug out, just like Watergate. But in the end, Jack, the guy that won Watergate prevailed, and I'm going to prevail, Lawler, because it was wrong what they did to me, and I don't care if them rednecks out there like me or not. They've got to respect something, Daddy, me as a man and an athlete. And Lawler, I hope they're all screaming for you, and I hope when you play that silly music and you put that silly crown on and you walk to that ring, they're all out there cheering, because it's my music, and it's me wearing the crown, and it's me the king of the hill, Lance, and that's all I said for beginning.
Well, I know one thing. You have had the battles, and a lot of people have been against you, and some people have been for you, but nobody has ever said anything but one thing, and that's that Bill Dundee is tough.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, Mr. Russell, and all them rednecks out there, when this is over, you're going to take your hat off to the superstar. Thank you.
The superstar, and there's no question about it, when he wants to be, he is bad to the bone. Obviously sitting here with a king, and I don't say that I use the word respect, but I will say that here's a guy, Jerry the King Lawler, who knows all about bad to the bone and everything else, and that side of Bill Dundee.
Well, that's true, Lance. You know, they say you need to know everything you can know about an opponent to have your best, to have your best chance against him. And I feel like out of all the people that I've ever wrestled down throughout my career, if I know any one man inside out, it's Bill Dundee. I know him because I've faced him many times, and I know him because I've been partners with him many times, and I know how tough he is, and I feel like I know, Lance, what goes on in his mind. I feel like I know what Bill's thinking. And I think that this whole situation has come about because of the fact that it was something that he had strived for his entire career, to get rid of me once and for all. You know, even a lot of people ask me, you know, are you and Bill Dundee friends, or do you really dislike each other as much as it appears? And I've told them over and over that even when Bill and I were partners, there was always, I don't know, Lance, if it was a personality conflict or something, but there was
I think that's the word for it.
There was an underlying animosity there that, you know, there's sometimes that in a lot of tag teams. Guys will wrestle together, be partners, and be a heck of a tag team, but deep down inside or personally, they just really, you know, they're really not the best of friends. And that was the case with Bill and I. And I think that he wanted more than anything, especially after I had won over him one time in a loser leave town match, he wanted to settle the score. He wanted to avenge that. And then when he did win the loser leave town match and I was out of here, and the promotions, you know, the promotion simply overruled it. They just simply said, we're bringing the King back. It tickled me to death. I think it pleased a lot of fans. But man, that's stuck in Bill Dundee's craw, and it's something that he's obsessed now, Lance. It's eating at him. And he's gone out and he's gotten to some of the best lawyers. You know, the things he said about lawyers is all true. This has been a costly legal battle, which it really didn't have to be. Every bit of this could have been settled right in the ring. But Dundee, he won't admit this, but he's the one that started all the litigation. He's the one that went out and hired the lawyers first. And he's the one now that has gotten the lawyer to draw up, and I took it to my attorneys, and it is an ironclad contract. Whoever loses this match, Lance, is completely gone from this area for a period of at least 6 months. I mean, you can't appear on television here. You can't. There's no coming back to the arenas. There's no way that you come back under a mask, and there's absolutely no way that the promotion can override this or overrule this
From
decision.
what I saw of it, Jerry, there are just no loopholes. That's all.
No loopholes whatsoever. So, you know, whoever comes out on the short end of this one is actually going to be gone from here for a long time.
Dundee is very, very proud of counting up the number of times that you all have met and the number of victories that he has compared to the number of victories that you have, and he comes out on the plus side. But it's something that you keep pointing out, and it's been a very impressive thing when it comes to the big match, the loser leave town or something like that, with with only one exception. You have won every one of them.
Well, you know, I don't want to be able to let myself get a false sense of security here.
Boy,
I know
one guy to do that with.
You're talking about big matches here. This is going to be the biggest one of Bill's career, and without a doubt the biggest one of my career. And I don't want to go in there with a big head, and I don't want to go in there thinking Bill Dundee can't win the big ones, because I know full well that he can. I know he's capable of it, and I know this is going to be the fight of my life. And so I just want to say this to Bill Dundee, and I want to say this to all the wrestling fans. I heard you say earlier, Lance, that there are some people out there that are still for Bill.
That's right.
I want to say to them, and I want to say to my fans too, that one thing that you can always expect from the King is that when I go in the ring, I do everything within my power to win the match. And this match is going to be absolutely no exception. It's going to be 110%. And Dundee, the better man is going to win. And I'm just going to tell you, brother, I'm going to be giving it everything that I've got and then some. So you better come prepared.
I will tell you, you are going to see one of the great confrontations that has ever taken place in professional wrestling. You must be there to see it.